happy Saturday. It is officially the weekend. Which means, as we all know, it's officially Staballoy Torture season. Or something, I don't know. We can call the weekend Staballoy Torture season. I think that's a perfectly respectable thing to say. Yeah, big plans today. But before we talk about plans, as always, I need to talk about, I suppose, progress that has happened so far, right? Because progress that has happened so far is really important. I don't think anything has happened since yesterday that is super significant. I know Tooj and Three have been working on, what's the word, infusion. So that's going to go somewhere at some point. I don't know yet. So that's in progress. I'll probably show that during the stream today once I know what's going on with that. I haven't spoken to them earlier today, so I couldn't say. But as far as new stuff goes since yesterday, this is kind of new. Tooj is setting up oil proc, like proper oil proc for diesel and such. So he started on this. This is still very much whip. So he said don't stress over it too much at the moment. So I'm choosing to basically think about it 0%. So there's that. Otherwise, I think we're actually in a really chill place. Are we building nukes today? Probably not, but we are going to do some planning for nukes today. You'll see why I'm saying that. In fact, I can probably show you why I'm on a modified client today. The reason I have a modified client is because I've been working here. This is my creative test world, where I have some stuff that I'm in the process of planning. So we're gonna spend probably a little bit of time here today. Not yet. It'll be like partway through the stream, where I show you guys how I'm gonna, fully put this together. You did ask yesterday to see my design process, so I only built the bare bones and left the rest to on stream. While I'm building this, I will talk probably a fair bit less than usual though. So yeah, that is one of the things on the agenda today. First thing we need to do though is, you see all this Staballoy that's been dying for me since yesterday? We have loads of Staballoy dust that needs properly processing, and that's where our adventure starts today. Okay?
I wanted to say I built an EV centrifuge, by the way, so make sure you.
Oh wait,
use
you
that.
did?
Yeah.
I'll show you guys the recipe, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So, the Staballoy dust recipe in a multi-block centrifuge, or just in a centrifuge, is 48 seconds HV, which isn't actually too bad. That's a perfectly respectable recipe to run to get uranium. But the problem happens when you try centrifuging the uranium-238 to get plutonium, right? Have a look at the chance for plutonium-239. It's 100 seconds HV, which is awful to begin with. And then it's a 5% chance. So we're going to be using some tech. And by some tech, I mean, I'm going to put in the stuff. And if I don't see plutonium-239 on the output, I'm going to break and replace the controller. Yep. Over and over again until I get my plutonium-239. I need 400 of that stuff, so there will be plenty of cheesing going on. But Tooj, you having lunch or dinner?
I'm eating chips.
Wait, chips or crisps?
Crisps.
Okay. Be like, yay, chips, but no, in fact, just crisps. Nothing to be excited about here, chat.
Whoa.
There.
Pause.
Yes.
Did you say yay chips?
Huh? Did I?
I think you did.
No, he said I was gonna say yay chips, but alas, only crisps or something.
Yeah.
So, but why would he say yay chips? They're made of potatoes. Cotton.
Oh no.
4K.
Unlucky.
Wow.
Unlucky. Luckily, it wasn't live and no one could have clipped it, so it's fine.
Yeah, no clippage.
Yep. Okay, is this stuff ready to run? I think so, right? I think I've got my centrifuge in a good spot. Cool. So I can start getting my Staballoy processed. Okay, I think I'm ready, chat, to turn on my Staballoy centrifuge. Let's see, are you gonna do a good job? Yay! Alright. We finally have uranium. It is here. Though, okay, well,
True.
Can't pick it up though because boots. So, and I don't even own the right boots. I need to make myself nano boots because dead to dragon. Off to creative world we go. So, this is gonna be how we generate power. This is gonna be. I'm not saying 3 and Tooj have agreed to this because they haven't, but this will generate by far by far the most power out of any of the power sources that we have. So, I have a feeling it will turn into our main power source. I don't care if it does or if it doesn't, but it's quite likely that, that this will turn into our main power source. As you can see, we don't have a circuit at the moment. Let me explain the different colors we have going on first, I suppose. So this red net, the one that's sitting over here, is the mainnet for nukes. It's the nuke mainnet. It's not mainnet. It is nuke mainnet. This is the net that all of the nukes will run on. Okay, so there will eventually be storage buses on all of these reactors, and those reactors will be connected to the mainnet. So when you look inside this terminal, you will see directly inside the nukes. That is the point of RedNet. Okay. Other than RedNet, you can see we have two other nets. We have BlueNet and GreenNet. Okay, BlueNet is the coolant recycling net. So whenever coolant gets damaged and we remove it and we send it to a freezer, BlueNet takes care of that. And then GreenNet is the fuel rod recycling net. So whenever fuel rods get depleted, GreenNet is the one that's in charge of dealing with that. Those are the three systems that we have going. You can see there's a bunch of IO ports, a couple of item importers, an ME drive, another IO port, and all of these are kind of what do the coolant swapping and the fuel swapping. Okay, so you can see in this IO port, I have a 4K cell that's filtered to coolant, right? It's actually filtered to damaged coolant, as you can see. So the way the system works is when this IO port gets a redstone signal, the redstone signal actually is to power the item importer, and the item importer will remove the cell from the bottom IO port, move it to the top IO port, which will move items from network to cell, keeping in mind the top IO ports are on RedNet, so it'll move damaged coolant from the reactors into the cell, okay? So this is our coolant extraction of damaged coolant. This second slice has all of the coolant. This is where fresh coolant will live. And that one will get triggered one tick later because of this buffer gate. That will move this cell, which has loads of coolant, up here. And that one will dump from cell to network, where it will dump in all of the undamaged coolant into the reactors. And then that's our coolant swap. The exact same logic applies here for the fuel. That's the idea that we're working with. And for those of you who think this system is too complicated, I'm actually going to put down a little explanation to show you guys how what's going on here. This thing that I'm doing here is called cell swapping between networks. If I set up a couple of subnets, let's go something like this. I did this in my video, so I should vaguely remember how to do it at least. Let's do this as RedNet. We'll do this one as BlueNet. Why not? Let's grab some terminals. Let's say we have a couple of cells around. So this is a RedNet cell. This is a BlueNet cell. Perfect. Cool. So let's say we have this RedNet, which has a stack of neutronium cells in it, right? RedNet is chilling with a stack of neutronium cells, and we want to move them to BlueNet. There's loads of ways of doing this. You can take this cell out and put it into this net. There you go. Your neutronium is now in here. There's also another way that you can move those items. You can manually pick them up from here, like this, and take them and put them in this network. But both of those aren't nice ways of doing it, right? We want to be able to automate on a redstone signal. And the way we can do that is like so. So let's say the items are chilling in here. Then you can use something like an item importer over here. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a cell into this IO port. And what that IO port is going to do is move all the items from the network into the cell. The network only has neutronium energy cells, so when I pop this thing in, it's going to do this, and you can see the network just became empty, right? This is now holding all of the, all of the creative energy cells. And then if I use a lever to power it, it's going to take that and move it into here. It's going to move this 4K ME storage cell from here to here. And what I want to do is dump from cell to network, exactly as this is configured. So if I turn this on, you'll see that the cell got moved over to here, and the BlueNet now has all of the energy cells. This is the concept of cell swapping. Using a third cell to move items from this network to this network, it is the fastest way that you can move items between two different subnets in AE, And that's the logic that we're going to be using to make this whole vac nuke system work. Okay? That's the whole idea. So, given all of that explanation, let's actually build out a little circuit, okay? Let's build out a little circuit, let's put down a vacuum freezer, and let's actually see this thing doing something in action. It should nearly be at the stage where I can do that already. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Daylight Savings Time. Yeah, Daylight Saving Time's time. I like that. There is a fair bit of stuff to show that happened yesterday for those who may have missed the stream, and a fair bit of stuff that happened between yesterday's stream and today's stream. So let's start with... I suppose we should start with the most exciting part, which is actually not on the server, it's on the test server. So yeah, we'll start our tour there. Like elsewhere, which is here, on the testing server. And as you can see, the nukes are still here. I got scared for a second, I thought they had blown up. Look, they're still here, which means the design is starting to feel safe. I'm not telling you it's 100% safe, but I am saying it's kind of looking kind of good, you know? That's what's happening, okay? So this is update number 1. So let's head into the B area. So Nigel, to answer your question, I think it was you who asked, can we see the B area? Yes, this is the current B area, because our PDIM is a jungle. It was warm, arid, or like warm wet or something. It wasn't normal, and you need normal to start the bee breeding chain. So 3 started doing it in the overworld. So this is the current bee area. It's chilling. It's just doing, you know, general bee things. We also have Mr. Centrifuge. Mr. Centrifuge, who's currently power failed because we ran out of benzene, but that's not a big deal. It's it did the job. It got us enough uranium to start running uranium nukes if we want to, and I've decided I'm not doing plutonium like MOX nukes straight away. There's no point. There is absolutely no point going to MOX nukes straight away because A, we can't extract the power. B, the plutonium's gonna take forever to get. We should just get plutonium B first. So that's more the plan now. So we'll start with uranium nukes. And yes, 3 has worked on the base. That is another part of the update that's happened. He's been doing a little bit of you know, paving around, as you can see. Bridge has been bridging. He was doing this morning actually. He's cooking, dude. This threefold guy, he knows what's up. I like this bridge. Like it without being too high off the water, this bridge already looks good. I like that. But look, Thaumcraft is starting to get a home, which is really nice. I was saying yesterday, I'm not a fan of this layout, the fact that it's a straight line, but after looking at it for a little while longer, it's kind of starting to grow on me. I can see the benefit. And also, like, I really shouldn't complain about it much, given I'm not the one who's building it. It does look good. I'm just much more of a circle kind of guy, you know? But yeah, this is the new Thaum area, which is pretty cool. 3 built this. There's his little thaumaturgy gear. Oh, and here's a little B area he set up over here. Playing cube game, claiming to like circles, right? They're like mortal enemies or something, I don't know. And here is little Buzz. I believe this is where the alvearies will go. It's I mean, if for those of you who've seen season 2 of the threefold playthrough, you should be familiar with this design, some amount at least. Any bee stuff done? Yes, a little bit of lizard stuff. Lizard stuff? My god, I'm cooked. A little bit of bee stuff is happening. So, having shown all of you guys around everything that's happened so far, I do have plans for today as well. Okay? Threefold said, if I can get myself my boots together, ready to go, he'll make me, Boots of the Traveler. Not, I don't know if he means, like, straight away or, like, you know, when he gets a chance, but I should get my boots ready, just so that I can have it there for when he wants to do it. So, yeah, I'm gonna start by making myself some boots, then we're just gonna start gathering resources for nukes, okay? My plan is to work on this until 3 says, come help me newbies. So that's the goal for today for me. We see how close we can get to getting an entire nuke setup up and running. So I'm gonna grab a project chest and we'll start putting stuff together. Okay, now that I have my boots, it's time to start working towards the uranium nukes. I'm gonna start on this, and I'll keep going until 3 pulls me away for B stuff. That's my plan. Let's start with the actual reactor itself, right? Reactor, we need a nuclear reactor, and I also need a bunch of reactor chambers, 6 per reactor, so 9 total, I guess. I could bulk craft these, but is any part of this expensive? No, I can just make a bunch of chambers and keep them around. Okay, no, titanium is a little bit expensive, so let's not. Do we have tons of titanium? Oh yeah, we do. So we'll just make a few for now, and go from there. Okay, my reactor chambers are ready. I don't know if that's a quest. Wait, is there a quest for the reactor stuff in EV? Because I think there might be. Okay, that's a checkbox quest. I'm going to just take that off. I don't think we're getting any of the other stuff here right now anyway. Yeah, there we go. Yes, let's do knowledge sharing. I'm going to make the disintegration focus, and I'm going to automate gallium duping. Yeah, let's share research. That will be the way to go.
I really don't think disintegration is the way to go today. Like,
well, we can't automate it otherwise.
Yeah, but how are you gonna automate? How are you gonna automate it today?
Well, with disintegration. How much warp do you have? Because I get your warp when you give me research.
I have 21.
Okay, I can get to 30 warp pretty quickly. That's fine. All right, Tome of Knowledge Sharing. Let's have a look. What do we need? Oh, this is incredibly cheap, actually. It needs a head. I think this is a player head. Is this a player head, chat, in this craft, or is it just a head? Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter. We should be fine.
I think it's just any player head, any Minecraft skull.
Any Minecraft skull? Okay, that's fine. Alright, this thing is ready for the infusion once we get. We need brain, fair trade, fairy, and toilet roll. All the aspects. Working towards nuke today. In the broad sense of the word working, a nuke, yeah. I would say so. In any like specific sense, not really, because so today started with me working on the nuke. I already have the nuclear reactor crafted, and then I said I would help 3 with bees. And to help with bees, he wanted me to set up seed oil. And to set up seed oil, I needed to make a farming station. But to make farming station, I ran out of HV circuits. But if I was going to make HV circuits, I thought I may as well batch HV circuits. And in the process of batching HV circuits, I ran out of tantalum, which I started fixing. And then I ran out of gallium, which I'm going to start fixing. Which I guess I could have just gone mining for that, but rather than going mining for the gallium, I thought it would be good to do the Thaumcraft automation for gallium. And because I don't like duping by hand, right? But I don't have the Thaumcraft research, so 3 is making a knowledge-sharing tome, which he's going to bind to himself. Then I'm going to get 3's Thaumcraft knowledge, and I'm going to use that to start duping gallium. Once we have gallium, we'll be able to go back, finish the HV circuits, and then I'll be able to do peanuts, and then I'll be able to finish helping 3 with seed oil. And once I've done that, then I can go back to nukes. So, in the broad sense of the word, yes, I'm working towards nukes. Aha. So I just right-click it now? Oh yeah, research acquired. There's my 21 warp. Nice. There you go. Thank you. I am going to quickly run to the overworld base and scan a couple of chests over there if they have anything in them. And then I'll get a little bit of auto instrumentum from some machines, and we should be in business. Okay, this is the research it seems I need to do, chat. I need to do Formic Horizons liquefaction? Okay, I'm getting warp effects, my god, I'm glad I signed up for this. Liquefaction, alchemite, and I need to do alchemy liquid death. Okay, I do need another scribing pool there, so I might go craft a couple first. Yeah, let's go do that. Oh, Tooj is here. Hello, Tooj.
Hello.
Oh my god. Oh.
I was waiting for that. Planned. I was lurking for like almost a minute.
Okay, so I need my excavation focus in the middle. Right, chat, we're about to have disintegration focus. Be excited, please. And then we'll have the buckets of liquid death on this side. And then on this side, we're gonna have the primal charm and the elementum, and we're gonna be good. Cool. So with all of that stuff placed down, all I need now is the aspects to be able to start the infusion. Okay, let's get those two popped down. I think I can start this craft. Let's hit that with a little wand. Are we gaming? I hope so. Yeah. Please. This is gonna be so good. Okay, right. Let me show you why this is cool. I'm gonna set some drawers down over here that I will fill in a moment. Right, chat. Here's a lesson in fun things. Let me put on my disintegration focus, and we'll grab an item that has a number of different. Right, you see all these aspects that a necrotic bone has. This is really annoying to work with when you're doing, like, you know, any kind of Essentia things, right? So what you can do instead is grab a necrotic bone, throw it on the floor, and shoot it with the disintegration focus. Congratulations, you now have all the aspects individually split out. Thaumcraft is now completely trivial. I appreciate it. Ah, my alchemical construct is ready. Very nice. So what I now need to do is I need a couple of drawers down, right? For the, like, 3 different things that it wants to take in. And I'm gonna do that on the side. So I'll do that side, and the back. And hopefully...
I'm actually really curious how you're gonna do this.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot the alchemical furnaces. Genius. Right, I need alchemical furnaces. Yeah, I'll be a minute, 3. I'll show you when it's done.
All right, I'll come back and see you later.
Yeah. Cool, let's get all of these going on, like, blue, I guess? Yeah, that'll work. Please extract on blue. And obviously you need to do the inserting on blue. No need to extract on your end, sir. Does that work? Okay, here's another question. Why not? Okay, we'll extract you on blue, insert you on blue. Cool, cool. Right, that's working. That is exactly what I want to see there. I don't know if this has anything, like, right now, or if this is just kind of vibing. I can't see into the alembic because I gave my glasses away. That's fine. That's fine, that's fine. Insert on blue, you extract on blue. There we go. And let's do the same thing here. You're not connected to anything else, right? Yeah, so please insert on blue, and you can do your extraction on blue. Cool, cool. Okay, all 3 of those are now working. If I put gallium nuggets into here, and then I bring that up to the top, because it needs to connect from the top, it can't connect from the front. Give me a second with a wrench, sir. That's not what I wanted to do. Genius, thank you. Okay, you know what? No, go away. There we go. Easy, easy, easy. Unlock the output drawer so I can set it. What's the... You can set it without unlocking it, no? Yeah. Now let's do insert on purple, extract on cyan. Why not? No color. And you will extract on purple for funsies and insert on cyan for funsies. There we go. I think that's working. Don't need extracted auto outputs. Okay, cool. Cool. Then we can remove that. Okay, why is it not working is my next question. I didn't select it. Oh, do I need to click it? Ah, I see. Cool. Okay, now it's working. Thank you. Okay, gallium is fully chilling. Do you guys think 3's gonna like this when he sees it? I mean, the fact that it's automated, not, you know, how it looks, like, it's nothing special to look at. Alright, I will leave him his wand now, because that part of that is done. I'll leave it in a little... I'll grab a chest. There we go. There we go. That should work really well. He's just joined, it's fine. I'm leaving, I'm running. He found it. He found it. I wish we had his reaction. What a great time. He wasn't supposed to log on already. I was supposed to make my escape. Do you guys like what you're seeing behind me? Do you like the cool little spot we have going? The spot is very threefold. Hey, this is my design. To be fair, entirely inspired off of his. But this is my design. I came up with the idea for this, I started building it, and then 3 came over and may have refined it a little bit. Let's start with a very, very quick recap. So, obviously, as far as new updates go, we have the new nuke space setup. We're going to be making use of this today. In fact, this is what we're basically going to be starting with. But let's take a look at everything else that's popped up around the base as well. All of this is stuff that's already been here. One side is for benzene-ish power, and the other side is for diesel-ish power, which is why we have both of those already set up. And then, a couple of other things happened over here as well. Tooj set up methane yesterday, and he did this because he wanted to like automate PTFE and then get epoxied, so we could start making the good circuits and get towards the LSC. So this is sort of on the cards. It's a ways away. There's a bunch of progress to make, and if I'm being honest, given that you have to first set it up without AE with the state of our current base, I would prefer to leave this to Tooj rather than do it myself. But we'll see. We'll see if I end up getting to it before he does. But yeah, that is it for recap. That's basically all that happened. Oh, and I suppose I could show that this centrifuge is continuing to run for plutonium. This is a horrible way of getting plutonium, but it is a way of getting plutonium, so we're doing it. Oh, also, I suppose this is partially recap and partially what are we doing today, right? Take a look at him. I've grabbed all the stuff, well, most of the stuff that is needed to get a nuke setup going. Almost all of it is ready to go. We're still missing a freezer, we're still missing some coolant, and we'll start by getting that stuff crafted. And then it's time to set up. I've prepped basically as much as I can. So yeah, that's the plan for today. We'll be setting up the reactor. We'll be setting up power storage, which means we need to figure out a way to like P2P move power, which should be straightforward enough. We're gonna get that going. Once that's done, then I'm gonna start working towards Tesla Tower to help with nukes. To help with nukes, but I meant Tooj. To help with Tooj's LSC that he's working on. So that is my plan. Did 3 log in more hours than me and Tooj combined? No. I've been playing like a fair amount. So he's still only like, I say only, my god, he is racing away. He's 35, 37, 38. A lot. He's quite ahead, yes. The answer is yes. I hate to ask, but if you have time, could you recap the silicon and polyethylene setup in more detail? You mean this silicon and polyeth, like this one? Yeah, I can quickly give you a rundown of how that works. Right, for anyone who missed this the first time around when I talked about it, this setup is now a little bit more complex than it used to be, because it has now PVC and polyethylene. So the way the system works is it takes oil, in this case raw oil, it used to be normal oil, doesn't really matter which one, just check the ratios, but we take oil and turn it into gas, right? Sulfuric gas. Sulfuric gas is a bit of an annoying one, because what you want is refinery gas, and you need to desulfurize the thing. So to desulfurize, in a chem reactor, we take sulfuric gas, mix it with hydrogen, and that gives us refinery gas, and it gives us hydrogen sulfide in cell form. We take that hydrogen sulfide through this conduit, move it up into this electrolyzer, and I don't know why there's liquid hydrogen sulfide in here. There shouldn't be. I think it probably was just a mistake from before, but anyway. Hydrogen sulfide goes over here, gets electrolyzed, the sulfur ends up here, and the empty cells come back here. or rather the hydrogen comes back here. The sulfur goes there. The refinery gas we steam crack to severely steam crack refinery gas. We take that stuff and distill it down for ethylene. We're getting steam here, by the way, by just using our normal steam supply, which is what's being stored in this tank and getting pulled down into here. We take the steam crack to turn it into ethylene. The ethylene gets stored in this tank, and it gets sent to two places. Firstly, the polyethylene side, which is ethylene and oxygen to make polyethylene, which goes here. And secondly, the ethylene gets sent up here, where it gets mixed with chlorine to make vinyl chloride. The vinyl chloride goes this way and gets turned into polyvinyl chloride, which is getting stored up here. The chlorine input is here, and the... Wait, no, sorry. This is where the hydrochloric acid goes. The PVC is getting stored over here. That is the entire setup. That's our polyethylene and PVC together. And then silicon solar grade is incredibly simple. We're just pulling in silicon dioxide from the top, which gets reacted with magnesium and turns into raw silicon dust, which we store over here. The magnesium turns into magnesium dioxide, which we just electrolyze back for magnesium and oxygen. Oxygen is stored here, magnesium gets sent back. The raw silicon is reacted with, well, I think it's hydrochloric acid to make trichlorosilane, which is then reacted with hydrogen to give silicon solar grade. And this setup just loops, which is nice. Wait, let me quickly pin this and do a quick check of like how much of everything I actually need if I want to make a bunch of this stuff. Hold on a second, chat. It's time to do some maths. So I want 20 of these at least. So that'll be... Oh my god, that's a lot of stuff that I need to do very quickly. Okay. Okay, that should be a quest at least. Come to me. Yep, Lapitron Crystal. Okay, welcome to your new home, sir. This is where you will live. There you go, there's my battery buffer. I guess I can point it upwards or something so we can pull out power from it. This is our temporary power thing. Okay, this is all the space we have. Where's the first one going? Like, I get their vibes. I feel like that's the right place for a nuke. For the very first one. Dude, that feels good to put down. That feels so good to put down. Hey! I want to break this block. And this is where I'm going to put the energy acceptor. That can chill over there. And I'm going to put my battery buffer right down here. This is how we're going to power the whole system. There we go. There's 4 Lapitron cells. That's just fine. And we need to, we need to actually power this, which is fine. I think everything is up and running now. Nice. Yeah, it is, actually. The only thing that's stopping everything being on is the fact that I have it manually off. Oh, that's so good. You mean everything I built just works? That's crazy. My pattern is good, right? Yeah, my pattern is chill. Everything here is correct. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just manually turn it on with a lever for a second. And then we can just test a theory. Okay, all I need to make sure of is when I turn this on, this just runs. It's not kaboom time, but I am gonna turn this on. Oh my god, that gave... Okay, that made me jump. There we go. Okay, we're making 43k EU per tick. This thing should just fill up now. Yep, they're charging. Cool. I'm happy. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Okay, chat. Prepare yourselves again. I'm turning it on. I didn't see an explosion. That's good. Oh my god, please. We're only getting 16 amps of EVN, by the way. And it's just stopped for some reason. Oh, is it because we filled up on power? Oh, I see. I see. Because I forgot to update this side. My bad. Let's set that to the new 95% value. There we go. I need to swap this to like 32 million. There we go. Now we should be good to go. Cool. Now it will turn on because it's an RS latch. This is how it would work. Yeah, that battery's gonna fill up before this thing even does a coolant swap, I think. This battery is a joke. Oh, that makes me happy. Yeah, I think we're getting close to 25%. I now need to keep an eye on it. Oh yeah, there we are at 25%. So it should turn off. It should do a swap. Oh, it did. It did a swap. It did a swap. It did a swap. It did a swap. I'm pleased. And the vacuum free. Dude, we are gaming. Oh, it works. It works. It works. It works. Will I set up a laptronic supercapacitor? Yes, of course. It's gonna take a little bit of time. I think Tooj is semi-working on it. In fact, I can start working in that direction very soon now. It's time to move AE to the PDIM, then we can do it. It's all sort of chained in together. It'll come soon. All of it will come soon. That is the plan. Okay, if we want, let's have a look at the quests, right? If we want the Quantum Eye to get the last couple of EV components to start working towards the EV circuit assembler, what we need is radon, okay? Radon is incredibly simple because all radon needs is air, plutonium, and uranium. We have all of these things, so this should be a really, really easy recipe to run. The only problem is that air is a little bit annoying right now in the sense that it needs... No, wait, I can just get air in the steam centrifuge just by hand while I'm batching. Okay, no problems, actually. We're chilling. Okay, this should be the radon quest. Please. There it is, radon loop. Look what we're about to craft. Here it is. EV circuit assembler. Hey. That guy stole my EV circuit assembler. There it is. I was building up the drama and he just took it. Yeah, there we go. EV circuit assembler. Very nice. Okay, well, now it's basically just like Epoxy needs to be set up to get these circuits. I know Tooj wants to work on this, so I'm not going to take over from him on that one. I'm going to find Scheelite. I'm going to do great. It's going to come very, very easily. We're going to have no problems whatsoever, and it's going to be great. Okay? This is the plan. Ooh, what is this? Is this copper? This is pyrite. Unlucky. That looked like the color of Scheelite, so I got excited. What does Scheelite ore look like in the end? Okay. Chat, this is what we're after. Keep an eye out for this, okay? I missed one? Wait, I did? Where on earth am I? Hello, map? No, I didn't. Right there? What are you guys on about? Right there? Sorry, where on my map is it? Up? Chat is actively trolling? Wait. Back? Rotted trolling? So you can get some points? Oh, okay. The no voters, uh-huh. It is what it is, chat. It is what it is. I'm gonna find one on the way home now, aren't I? And then the non-doubters are gonna be very sad. It's okay, chat. It's okay. It's okay. We'll find it another day. We'll find it another day. The Scheelite will come home. Bit of a weird start to the stream today. I don't usually start my stream with on the joying screen, but I am literally in the middle of the end, sort of smack bang stuck there. So I thought I'd do my intro like this. And rather than having our usual start of recap into plan, we're going to do getting back to base into recap into plan. And we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I am like in the process of flying back to base because my jetpack is kind of dying anyway. So I do need to get back. But there has been no NAC meteor. It has been so sad. There we go. Hello, everyone. Hello. That you know, minor segment that happened at the start, pretend it didn't. We're all good. We're all good. Now it is time to actually game. So, welcome to the stream. This is where we do not get unlucky for Scheelite meteors. And, you know, like, good things happen on a regular basis. Vac nukes don't blow up, Scheelite ores show up. Like, not even a single issue that goes on around here. So, let me give you guys a little bit of a recap of what's happened since yesterday, which requires going into the pedum. I'm not here to talk about the nuke, I'm here to talk about some of the other things. As you can see from the title, it says... Look at what it says in the title, chat. It says the exciting thing. It says it's AE in pedum time. And it is AE in pedum time. Three was working on this yesterday, and I believe he's currently working on it based on, you know, his vibing over and around over there. We have Mr. ME controller. This is our mainnet controller, chilling right here, and that connects down to the subnet controller all the way down below, which I can jump down and show you guys as well. Let's go take a quick look at that guy. And here's the subnet controller. And this is everything getting power in a nice, healthy way, which is just over here. Nice and simple, right? And of course, down there is where we're generating all of the power. This is the nuke area, which I suppose I should show that off as well, because I may as well show it off. Look at all these guys being cute in here, and then over in this direction is where we have the actual nuke. No warded glass, because, you know, imagine being scared of a nuke explosion. That would never be us. Because 3 has complete faith in my abilities, and I have complete faith in my abilities, so it's all good. So yeah, that's actually kind of it for the recap this time around. There isn't much that's happened since last night, because I've basically spent all of my time Scheelite meteor hunting, and I've already shown you what 3 has done. Let me talk about my plan, right? My plan for today. There is things I want to achieve. Big things, exciting things, happy things. If I get a little notepad out, I could probably write it down, though I don't believe we own things like a notepad. So, today's list of tasks is actually incredibly simple, okay? Now that we have nukes, I want to actually store the power the nukes are generating, which seems like a reasonable thing to want, because, you know, why wouldn't you want that? And if that's our goal, it's fairly simple to do, okay? All we need is a Lapatronic supercapacitor. No Scheelite, Fault Solve, please don't remind me. I'm already very sad. Today's list of tasks, find Scheelite. No. First on the list is LSC, okay? Well, to be fair, it's not first on the list. It is just the task. The subtasks for getting to the LSC is we need LUV circuits, and I'm going to do the most cursed thing of all time, because I don't want to set up Epoxy without AE, so I'm going to do something very, very, very cursed, okay? LUV circuits, and to do LUV circuits, we are missing something at the moment. We're missing Epoxy, okay? We're missing Epoxy. I think HJM might have figured out the cursed thing I'm going to do. I'm going to just batch craft some. I'm going to batch craft a little bit of Epoxy. And then we'll go from there. That is my plan. That is my plan. We're going to be batching Epoxy by hand today, because I refuse to set up Epoxy without AE. I even have my batching notes prepped. Look, I need 2 LUV circuits. This is what I need to be able to get 2 LUV circuits. The whole plan, it's already laid out. I am just a pawn now, and my job is to execute. Okay? That's all I can do. Okay, I've been sent some coordinates, and I'm praying that chunk generation is the same between seeds. And there is in fact a meteor at these coordinates that contains Scheelite. So I'm gonna go and check. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna come back crying, and we'll go back to the endstone centrifuging and move on. I'm not actually gonna go hunt for one anymore, but if it's there, I wanna know. I can just mine. It's so nice. Okay, so no, the bisphenol can now go, so Epoxy. It'll make salt water, which I'm happy for it to void, so I'll just set this thing to be Epoxy now. So Epoxy will end up here.
Actually, keep that there.
Bisphenol in here. No circuit this time. We'll put in the 30 sodium hydroxide. And all I need now is my epichlorohydrin in as well. Okay, go on, batch me some of my first Epoxy. Oh, what a good feeling, man. I have Epoxy. Chat, Epoxy achieved.
Okay, so where are we at today? What What's the situation?
So, okay, let me see if I can show you the exciting thing. Okay, look what I have. Look what's in my hand right
a
there.
circuit? An IV circuit? A mainframe?
These are LUV circuits.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have the LUV circuits already ready to go. Hey, S185948. Great name. Hello, hello.
The things we can do with these, right?
Yeah, well, 1 LSC is what we can do with that. The thing we're short on, though, for LSC is obviously the tungsten steel. And then I need to make the dynamo hatch and the energy hatch and so on and so on. So there's all of that as well to go. So that's my, like, next task. Dude, I'm excited to be back on Minecraft. After the abrupt kicking that Microsoft gave us a couple days ago, I am very, very excited to be back on Minecraft. Yeah, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a recap of stuff that has already happened, which actually is a little bit of building, but I don't think much in the way of progress. At least if I have a look. Well, maybe a little bit of progress too. You'll notice this quest is complete. Let's go to the old base. I'll start the recap there. Something that's happened, a big thing that's happened between streams, is we have the LSC crafted. We're going to be placing this today. I'll place it once 3 is online as well, because he did say he'd be streaming and he wants to have this on both our streams. So we'll chuck that on once he's ready. So bunch of tungsten has been batched, bunch of tungsten steel has been batched as far as we could manage. I've made it so that the EBFs are now much more friendly to use. And what I mean by that is every single EBF can now use every single fluid, which is really nice. So we don't have like oxygen in one EBF and like all of the others, you know, in another one. I've quad hatched all of them, and I've started pulling out the fluids with an ender and a conduit, like this. So everything just works, which is really, really nice. Do you think you should get tier 2 rocket for more reliable tungsten steel? Nigel, I'm going to show you something. Okay? I think no. I think tier 2 rocket does nothing, because we found a Scheelite meteor. We found a Scheelite meteor, and it is completely fine. That's from one asteroid, correct? That is from one asteroid, 200 stacks. That's why I went looking for one. And we have loads already, like, processed as well. So this stuff is big chilling. We're completely fine. I wouldn't stress over it. So yeah, that's another part of like what's happened around here. I think there's a couple of other bits to show off as well, though not in this base, if I remember. Titanium's back to up and running, though the diesel is concerning. The diesel is very concerning, given we still have no oil sands. Okay, I thought 3 fixed this. I guess that becomes my responsibility then to go work on sorting this out. Okay, well, that gives us our first plan for the day. We're out of oil sands. We've got to go do that. That's okay. And then, yeah, that's it for this side of the recap of the base. But I'll show you guys the PDM side, because there is a little bit more that's happened there as well. So, as you can see from the title, it says power distribution and thoughts about autocrafting. And the reason I'm finally able to say that is because 3 has some stuff laid out. I don't know what this area is meant to be yet. I don't know what this area is going to be doing. It's here. It's opposite oil, right? This area is going to get torn down and rebuilt, apparently, which was always the plan, so that's fine by me. And over on this side is where autocrafting is going to go. So we have a spot for that already, and 3 has given me the authorization to start building autocrafting if I feel like it. So we have, you know, we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. We have loads we can do today. And that is it for the recap. That's everything that's happened between the last stream and this one. My plan originally was to go place the LSC first, but I guess we don't need to prioritize that as like thing 1. We can just wait until 3 gets on for this. What we can do though is go start getting AE online in the PDM. So let's go begin there. So Threefold left some of these disconnected, and I don't actually know why. So we're just gonna connect everything up. I'm ready to start burning power. It's time. It's time we started utilizing the infrastructure. So let's do it. Get this wire connected as well. Okay, with that connected, we should have, like, all sides done. Why not energy acceptor? What do you mean, why not energy acceptor? Where? Like, you mean on this controller? You don't need one. You can just connect directly to the controller. Terminals, perfect. We're gonna bind to input, yep. Bind to that one. And we should be online. Like, the AE system has nothing in it, but if I put my healing axe in, it should go in. No? Why does it not go in? Do I need to link one more P2P? Probably. Let's have a look. I should now have a system that I can put things into. There we go. Okay. That is AE officially online in the PDIM. It does mean we are now burning power. So first thing I'm going to do, chat, before we can put down the LSC, is I want to turn off the nukes. Like, I don't want them to be able to turn on while they have no power and cause issues. It shouldn't, really. But I'm going to turn them off anyway. This is my manual override. I'm manually saying the nukes are not currently allowed to be on. And then we can just get all of this stuff disconnected. This should register as a complete structure right now. Running fine, let's turn it on. There it is. There's the LSC. That is the whole thing being functional. So how many does the actual thing take? 12? Okay, so it takes 12 and you need +4. So why does the quest need... No, the quest only needs 12. Okay, cool. Cool. So I want to craft 4 of these. Uh-huh. But actually, I'll craft 16 of them in one go, because that just makes the most sense. Should we start there? Yeah, that seems like a good place to start up. You're kidding me. Help. Help. Why? Okay, I guess I'm doing epoxy. I guess I'm making epoxy. My bad. What do I even do? I need, like... Aren't I just completely... soft-locked by you need to automate epoxy right now? I think I am. Okay, this seems like you should do a separate setup for it. It can be a separate temporary setup, but we do need to do a separate setup for it. I can't use the same one. And I know this place is getting torn down soon, so maybe I just stick it over here. And I get some epoxy going so we can tear this place down. Okay, first thing we have is we need oil sand so that the overworld isn't power failing. This is a big problem. Next thing we need is steal Tooj's setup. I'm gonna add this as an actual list item because it's fun. I'm gonna steal Tooj's setup. Automate naphtha. Actually, let's just do it like this. Naphtha proc. There we go. Perfect. And then after naphtha proc, we're gonna do... Then we'll have propene. Then I need to do... basic epoxy automation. Yep, that's fine. And then we can think about getting a Tesla tower up and running. Okay. Tesla tower. Yeah. That works for my plan, actually. Where is Mr. Tooj? Is he working on stuffs? I hope he's working on stuffs. I assume this is his epoxy setup. Yeah, almost definitely that's his epoxy setup. That's fine. How's the propene looking now? That's the there. Okay, that's an actual amount of propene. That's nice. And it's still actually running? Oh, thank goodness. Right, if Tooj is doing propene, I've stolen his setup. Naphtha proc is being done by Tooj. This is being done by Tooj, so I want a Tesla tower again. So I can work on Tesla tower. Okay, yeah, let's get the Tesla thing going. I'm gonna pretend we have epoxy, and we'll craft the rest of it, yeah? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is a monstrosity. That is... Yeah. That is a thing. I can confirm. Oh my goodness. He's... What is this? Like, ring around the rosy and then end up in the quad input hatch? What a great system. I love it so much. 10 out of 10, no notes. Good. Well, on the bright side, we'll be getting epoxy suit, so that's what I'm excited about. Right. The place I'm gonna go put this down is going to upset Threefold, okay? So no one go tell him, and it's gonna be fine, alright? That's our plan. What am I doing? The Threefold chat is suggesting a little trolling as a kid? No. No. Don't worry about it. Nothing weird is going on here. I don't know what you're on about, Nigel. Don't even stress about it, buddy. I'm not placing a multi-block attached to the LSC. I would never do something like that. Me, never. If 3 is watching me, wait, where is he? No, he isn't. I don't see a Threefold. Oh no, he sees me. Uh-oh, chat, run, scatter. Everyone scatter immediately. He's quarters. Scatter, 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 run away. Immediately disperse. There we go. Multi-block bending machine versus single-block bending machine it's not just night and day. Like, night is... Look how fast it is. Look how crazy fast it is. That's so good, dude. Oh, that's so nice. And it's only running at EV. This isn't even IV.
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Behaving, are we?
Yeah, very, very well. No weird things going on here. Yep.
Chat tells me otherwise.
Chat is lying. Chat has never told the truth before.
Okay.
Yep. There's only good behavior going on here.
It depends how you define quite a lot done for me.
Okay.
I did actually achieve what I wanted to achieve. So I got like
Okay,
shift and
that
season
counts.
potions and stuff done.
Uh-huh.
We can go check that out, or
Yeah, let's go
maybe
take
you
a
have
look.
more. Maybe you have more to show. So we'll start with like my stuff, and I can show you yours. What's new in the B area? And it's gonna take like 5 minutes to show, even though it took like 4 hours to do.
Let's have a look. Ooh, this is looking really nice. Yeah, I'm right above you.
I need to like frame it in. It's like a bit. I need to like, what's the word? Do some maintenance on the gardens.
Yeah. Oh, you went with a 3x3 altar? Oh, I know there are some people that will look at that and yeah.
Hey, no hate on the altar. Look at the amount of altar power we've got.
Oh, I
It's
haven't
chilling.
clicked on that actually. Oh my god. Wait, yeah, that's so good. With so
Yeah,
few
we-
trees as well.
Yeah,
That's really nice.
it's quite a lot. I was able to sneak some like stuff in here in the sides as well.
Oh yeah, nice, nice, nice.
It's pretty clean overall. I need to like trim some of the leaves here and make it like nicer.
Yeah.
And I want to put like a roof over it as well. I don't want to leave it like this. I want to put walls and a roof over it. So
Okay.
it'll be like a little greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
But I done this so that I can make the shift in season potion, which for anyone who doesn't know can change a biome. So I changed the biome here for this alveary specifically for plains, so it's normal, so that most bees can run inside this alveary. And I've also got it set up with the electrical stimulators so that it mimics the Oblivion frame. So it's down to 1 bee tick, so it's like 20 seconds to run the bee, and it's also guaranteed to mutate if you
Oh,
have
is this
all
the
the other
mutation
conditions.
alveary? Nice.
This is the mutation one, yeah.
Nice, nice,
So
nice.
anything listed in NEI with a mutation chance of 8% or more,
Mhm.
or less, sorry, has guaranteed mutation chance.
Nice.
So now I'm going to be breeding bees for hours and hours and hours, but it's much easier now that we have this.
Yeah.
Because it's like guaranteed, right?
I
I also need to set up the, I need to also set up the acclimatizers.
Uh-huh.
So I need to give these, ideally it's automated, but I don't have it pinned anymore. Blaze rods, water capsules, sand,
Yep.
snowballs or ice, and water, I think?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
What's
water
the
as
last
well.
one?
Yeah.
Lava?
No,
Something
blaze
like
rods
that.
is lava, so you need water. Yeah, that's correct. Yep.
And that'll change their tolerances. So we can basically run any bee, we can mutate any bee, with the exceptions of the ones that you need to be on the moon for, or like Mars for, or specific planets, or the end.
Yeah.
I
There's
don't
not
think
many
you
of
can-
those though, so that's not a
No,
worry.
there's only a handful.
Yeah. You should probably world accelerate the acclimatizers as well when you set them up. They're kind of slow,
Yeah.
if not.
Absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
I will.
Nice. This is
They were
looking
just
very
placed
good.
here because I just crafted them and set them there. I think I might move them though. I might
Yeah.
stick them here instead. I don't know. Yeah, but I'll figure that out.
Oh my god, you have so many Vs. My FPS just dropped to 60 when I looked at the Vs.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That used to happen for me, but it's fixed now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. Yeah, so...
But yeah, that's basically what I've been doing this stream. Bunch of nature stuff and witchery shenanigans.
Yep.
Trying to get the quests unlocked and that, but yeah,
No,
that's
really
where
good.
I'm at. I noticed this as well, by the way. What on earth is going on here?
This is... I was waiting on my bending machine, and if I kept waiting on that bending machine, it still wouldn't have been done, making golden lacrum foil. So I made this and temporarily put it down. As soon as I get the Tesla tower down, I'll move this to the auto crafting area.
Okay, I see.
Let's go take a look at this thing. So this entire nuke system is controlled by redstone. I did do my best to explain it the other day while 3 was looking over stuff, but if I talk about it while I can point to things, I can probably give you a little bit more nuance of what's going on. There is an amount of redstone going on here, yeah.
There is some
Yeah.
redstone here, but yeah, go ahead, take it away.
Yeah, it's actually a really simple system as far as redstone goes, because you can break it down into a couple of segments, I guess. You essentially have, shall I say, 3 or 4 parts? The first part over here, where you've got this RS latch, right? With 2 wireless receivers next to it. Those are the power low and power high checks. This is what's coming from the LSC over there, right? We've got that stuff, and when power is low, this thing outputs a signal, and that's where we kick off everything. Assuming we need power, we then run through a series of these 4 AND gates, and those AND gates are doing a number of safety checks. I can run through all the safety checks that we're doing. So 106 is, does the freezer have enough power? The freezer is the one that deals with the coolant in the reactor. I'll show the coolant in a moment. So 106 is, does the freezer have enough power? I believe 103 is, does the freezer have maintenance issues? 105 is our manual switch up here. So if we just kill it, we can turn off the reactors instantly. And the blue net level emitter is checking to see if the blue net is on. This red net level emitter is checking to see if red net is on. And then these 2 other level emitters on the red net, one is checking to see if there's depleted fuel rods inside the system, and one is checking to see if there's very damaged coolant within the reactors. And basically, if all of these conditions are met in the way that we want them to be met, the signal is then allowed through. Once the signal passes through, it runs... So this 104 signal sender is the one that's actually turning on the reactor. You can see there's a 104 thing over here. That's the redstone signal we give. But you'll see that there's a repeater behind that one. I don't actually remember how many ticks I've got it set on, but it's set in a way such that before the on signal gets set to 104, we actually run the redstone signal through the rest of this first. That's why there's an amount of delay there. And the way that works is, this is 8 ticks, but the signal going this way is instantly going to the pulse former, so we have 8 ticks to run all the logic over here. The logic over here is actually also fairly straightforward. This little block over here is the coolant swap, and this little block over here is the fuel rod swap, if needed. And the whole thing works by cell swapping. So when this gets a signal, this...
Maybe we should explain like how the nuke actually operates first, because that'll be easier to explain this part.
Yeah, okay. We'll do that first then. Right, so the way the nuke works is when you give it a redstone signal, it starts generating power, which is quite straightforward, and each of the fuel rods in here can generate heat, right? And that heat needs to be dissipated away. If you let the heat go into the reactor, the core temp of the reactor goes up. If this reaches 100, it blows up, right? That's why we have a really complicated redstone system set up to make sure that that can't happen, okay? The way the heat is dissipated is using these NAC coolant cells. you can see that every single fuel rod has at least one nat coolant cell adjacent to it. That's the way the heat can get absorbed by these, and when they absorb heat, they essentially lose durability, right? And the way the redstone logic down there works is if anything gets below 25% durability, we pull it out, send it to the vacuum freezer down below, and that thing just repairs the coolant and sends it back up. The spare coolant sits in the blue network over here. That's essentially the functionality of the reactor. So yeah, this coolant swap mechanic, the way that works is if there is a coolant that is more damaged than 25%, this redstone signal, essentially using this item importer, pulls this filtered ME storage cell, which is filtered to damaged coolant more than 25%, up into the red net, which moves items from network to cell, which means it's taking any damaged coolant from the red net into the cell. Red net, by the way, is the one that's actually looking into the reactor, as you can see from the storage bus over there. And then one tick later, based on this buffer gate, we're using this cell which holds all of our spare coolant that you saw up above in the blue net. We're sending that up and moving from cell to network, which is dumping all of the fresh coolant into the reactor. That's the logic over there. And then we have the exact same logic for the fuel rods, where
Maybe worth mentioning that it does turn the reactor off, so this is not 100% uptime. So
yes,
when the coolant is sufficiently depleted below 25%, the reactor turns off, and then we do the swap. So we put in fresh coolant so that it's safe to turn it on again. And when the fresh coolant is sent back in, there's like a spare set that goes in, and the depleted set goes down to the freezer. And when it's frozen, then it will be the new quote-unquote spare set the next time that the coolant is depleted in the reactor, right?
Yep, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. And the fuel swap actually works the exact same way. If there's depleted uranium rods, this cell gets sent up to grab them out, and the next cell gets sent up to replenish them. The same logic applies here. And that's basically the entire system. That's how it works. There is a couple of random potatoes that you would have seen in the system. Those weren't actually in my original design, but 3 asked me to put them in because level emitters that are empty and aren't checking for anything are like a little bit more laggy than a level emitter that's checking for a specific item. So rather than just leaving this level emitter empty, we put a potato called red inside the red net and a potato called blue inside the blue net, and we're just checking for the existence of those potatoes because you can only see them if the network is on.
Yeah, it's just a check to make sure that is the applied energistic systems on, because these are 2 different networks, right?
Yeah, they're 2 different subnets.
Is the networks on? And if that's the case, then we're able to perform the coolant swap and keep the reactor safe.
Exactly.
So that's why we implement this check here before it can turn on.
Yep. So yeah, is there anything I've missed? I don't think so. I think that's the bulk of the
No, that
logic.
was pretty comprehensive. That was well explained, I would say. I mean,
oh, actually, no. There's one other bit that I did miss. It's basically the way the system is set up. Someone asked me a while ago, do I need to ever like manually do a coolant swap if the coolant is too low before I turn it on? This bit of logic here, like including this not gate, the way this works is every time we send a signal to turn on the reactor, just before the reactor turns on, we do a coolant swap, and just after the reactor turns off, we do a coolant swap. So on both ends, yeah. That's how this bit of logic is set up.
Is that every single time?
That's every single time it turns on and off, yeah. So we do it on the on and off side.
So there's like a small delay. You don't want to like flick that lever fast, do you?
You can flick it fast. It wouldn't cause a problem because this circuit is set up in a way such that it should be fine. I wouldn't find out if that statement is true, by the way.
I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, don't rapidly flick that lever. Okay, so I'm now getting my EV Tesla capacitors, which is good. Which means I can go ahead and remove that recipe from there. I can get rid of that. That will come at some other point. That can go. Okay, so we're basically stuck waiting on platinum dust and tungsten steel right now to progress. And then we need to get it all turned into superconductor. Just wait faster. If only. If only I could just wait faster.
Lizard, 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 lizard.